guys, thank you for being here. Apologize for the long delay, but obviously a lot of really enthused people out there. Really proud of our entire organization. First and foremost, players. First and foremost, thank God for this opportunity and being able to come out with the 1-0. And again, it starts with these guys right here, their teammates. But a lot to cover. I'd rather you guys ask the questions and get what you want. Really appreciate your time and thank you for waiting.
We'll open it up for questions. If you do have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. And then if you could please give us your name and your outlet. Any questions?
Hey Mario, Brett McMurphy with On 3. Does that last touchdown drive, does that kind of sum up your year, what you have been trying to accomplish here at Miami, that no matter what's going on, somehow, some way you're going to persevere after Ole Miss went up late before your last touchdown drive?
I think it's more of a reflection of our players and their DNA, the way that they're wired, how they came into the program and how they've continued to develop and evolve. And so it almost seems like the tougher it gets, the better we play. And it's a testament to them, to their resilience and their will.
Front row, right?
Coach, Justice Salmon, Miami Hurricanes on this side. You talked about the resilience. Just this game was kind of like a resemblance of what y'all were going through in the middle of October and early November. Just penalties, kind of consistently bad plays, but you overcame it. What really took in those moments leading up to that to get that consistency and just that resilience without your team?
You know, honestly, I don't. Football isn't complicated, people are, and I think when you start jumping off sides and get some of these pre-snap penalties, you complicate things for yourself. I think it's the simplicity of these guys. They know exactly who they are, and they know what it took to get us to this point, and they were not settling for getting to this point just to get here. 1-0 was the objective, and they weren't going to let anything get in the way, so all they did was do what they do every single day on Green Tree practice field, and did it to an elite level to finish the game. Again, I can't speak more highly or proudly enough of them and their resilience.
Fifth row on the right.
Hey Mario, congrats on the win again. Talk a little bit about being, the last at-large seed in this thing. A little bit about the format. What do you think this says about this team making it all the way? And just about the format and all the things you guys had to overcome here.
I mean, for us, I guess it's the simplicity of we just let our play on the field take care of itself and answer any and all questions. I don't think you can, I know a lot of times I think narratives take over, popularity, social, the media in general, and this game's never been about that. And I think these guys proved that after November 1st, 69 days ago, I think is what it was. They made a simple decision to bring energy every single day into the building and just get a little bit better and find a way to be 1-0. And we haven't been home in a long time. We've been on the road for 5 straight games, and it's because of their work, their commitment, their belief, and their trust, and the confidence they have in each other.
Do we have any questions for our players? Okay, let's start in the back here.
Is it on? Anthony Euro, 305 Sports. Carson, Keelan didn't see the ball on that first play, but you kept going back to him. Just what does that say about the chemistry you guys have built and the connection for you to continue trusting him?
Yeah, obviously Keelan is such a talented wide receiver, and early on, I guess in the middle of the season, whenever CJ went down, obviously he had been a huge impact for us early on, and when CJ went down, Keelan really started to step up, and our chemistry really started to increase, in that middle part of the season, and ever since then, we've been locked in. We've been really locked in. He had an unbelievable game tonight. Obviously, made some really, really huge plays on third down, and had some explosive catches as well. And I'm just super proud of him. He works really hard, and he deserves everything that obviously he's earned.
We have a question here in the front row center.
Mario, if Carson on third down, if that's an incompletion, had you made up your mind if you were going to go for the touchdown to win, or would you send it into overtime?
On second down.
Scored on second down?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah, we had 2 timeouts when we had first and goal, and we used one after first down. So on second down, we elected to pass because that's a scenario we go over a lot as a staff. If you do that, and let's say you don't have anybody open, you could just sail the ball out of bounds. And then on third down, the defense has to defend both the run and the pass. So again, we as a staff really study those situations a bunch. We obviously trust our players either way to do it, but it was the right way to attack, strategically attack the opponent and give ourselves the best opportunity for the best look to score.
Questions for all you guys, just looking forward to, the next game going to be in Miami. How special is that for all you guys, just, getting to play a home game, essentially?
Extremely excited. We always talked about this, and the fact that we just, took it game by game, worried about, just that 1-0, but the fact that we have an opportunity to go back home, we're just truly blessed.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm super excited. The whole team is super excited to have the opportunity to play not only for a national championship, but play in Hard Rock, where is our home stadium. So I'm just so grateful for this opportunity.
Row left.
Carson, you were on Georgia teams that played in the 4-team playoff and won national championships. What has this experience been like? This team this year would not have been in that field. You were given the chance, and now 3 straight wins. Like, what has this experience of being on this run been like for you?
It's been unbelievable. It's been unbelievable. Obviously, almost exactly a year ago, I made the decision to come to this university. I remember me and Coach Cristobal talking on the phone for the first time. I was sitting in Jacksonville, in my house, in my room, and I just had a big smile on my face, and he had a big smile on his face, and he said, let's get to work. And I believed in his vision. I believed in what he's been able to build here and add on to the culture of what Miami is. And what an unbelievable year. And it was never easy. It was never perfect. There was a lot of ups and downs. There was a lot of adversity that not only I faced individually, but that we faced as a team. And we really banded together and showed that we believe in connection, that we don't just fake it, that this team is really a family. And if our team really wasn't like that, I don't know if this win happens tonight. We really band together, we believed in each other, and we never flinched in the face of adversity.
Second row on the far left.
Hi guys, congrats on the win. This is Wendy Lopez with Print City Sports. I just wanted to ask you guys about the historic sense of this win. You guys, the program came in 0-4 in this Fiesta Bowl, so this is the first Fiesta Bowl win for you guys. Just how does that feel to be able to make that type of history for Miami? And then how do you guys just continue to just not let yourselves celebrate too much, because you still do have that one last game?
Me personally, tonight's gonna be a great night to enjoy it, but tomorrow I get back to work personally, and I know a lot of the other guys do the same thing. We made a promise to each other that we were gonna get to this point, and I just know that me personally, it's go time seriously now. It has been, but now this is the dream, and it's at home, so it is what it is, and how we coming.
First, for Coach Cristobal, can you talk about how much Mark has meant to this program, being a local guy, a guy you kept home? And then for Mark, I wanted to know, you're part of a team that's, you're a local guy, and the team is, you're helping put the team back on the map. And what does that mean to you? And also, did you kind of feel the spirit of your dad here with you tonight?
Mark, I think when I was recruiting him, I have 247 unreturned text messages from Mark Fletcher when he was committed to another school. So I'm glad we kept at it. He was always a super special person throughout the recruiting process and became the heart and soul, of this team, and an unbelievable family. He is a reflection of his family on a daily basis and what he brings to the table. And I don't know where you start. It's the reason that you want to be a coach is you want to be able to somehow be around such elite human beings like this. So we're going to get better, and we still have a lot of work to do, and that's what we're looking forward to.
And when I decided to come here, I just trusted in Cristobal's plan, so I guess I answered on how many messages you said? I answered
246 unanswered.
Well, I answered 247 one day. But I just trusted his plan, and to be where we at now at this point, we have one more to go, and we just truly blessed for this. And I definitely felt, the spirit of my dad, as I always do. And I always got people like, who's sitting up here with me, they constantly remind me of that. And when you just have a team like that, when you have, defensive players that come into, the offensive huddle and the timeouts, just rooting us on and stuff like that, that's just what it's all about. Just how Carson said, it's a real family, and I'm just truly blessed to just be on this team. Truly blessed, and I love him.
Front row, far right.
Yeah, Jakobe, I wanted to ask you about the offense. Miami's offense held the ball for 41 minutes in this game, and just you being a defensive guy, could you sense that during the game, and how much do you feel like it helped you guys as it relates to trying to deal with the Ole Miss offense and what they do?
Yeah, we knew those guys ran tempo a lot, and I'm extremely appreciative that the offense was able to do what they did tonight. Obviously, it gave us time to get winning, really get corrections done, allowed us to make a lot of adjustments. But at the same time, though, like Mark just said, when they hold the ball that long, I can't sit on the bench and sit over there and talk to coaches and like DBs. I have to stand up. Like I have to be a part of that because it's so special what they do and how much they believe in each other and how much they believe in us. Like I go over in the huddle and it's not me trying to root anybody on. I just love being in there. Like I love being around those guys and to see the grit and all the hard work that they put in, and for you guys to finally see it, it's just amazing. Like guys like CC and guys that I talk to day to day, and Carson, one of my best friends, seeing Vanilla Vic take off in the end zone in the last couple of seconds. It was amazing to see. So.
We'll stay in the front row here on the right.
Yeah, Coach Gabby Rudy, 24/7 Sports. I spoke with Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Edrin James after the game. They were just so excited about you guys in this program. Can you just talk about having them around? They said it was important for them to come around because guys showed up for them. Can you just talk about the importance of those guys showing? And if any of you guys want to talk about seeing those guys on the sideline, and does that really just kind of give you guys some juice and some pride in knowing those guys are showing up for you? It's important for them to show up for you guys.
I was a graduate assistant coach when those guys were freshmen, sophomore, and juniors, and saw how hard they worked to get Miami on track back then. So seeing guys like that, seeing guys that maybe weren't popular and big names back in the day, just seeing our alumni around is awesome for them because a lot of these guys grew up watching some of these guys or saw a lot of highlights of them. It's been so long. So again, we're the tightest. We pride ourselves on being the best brotherhood in college football, and I know these guys appreciate it.
Any other questions? Center here, second row.
Hey Carson, Adam Keenan, Cronkite News. Can you just kind of take me through that last drive when you see them go down and score? Just what was the message to your guys in the huddle?
Yeah, obviously we're sitting there on the sideline, and I'm telling the guys to just stay in it. Even though we had just gone down and scored a touchdown, they obviously were able to respond, and they scored as well. So I'm just telling all the guys, stay in it, and then they finally score, and kind of looked at the guys on the sideline and said, man, this is what we work for, this is what we live for. This is why you play the game of football. This is why you come to the University of Miami, is for moments like this, to play in these big games, to have these big moments. And are we going to respond or are we not? What are we going to do? I told them I love them. I told them whatever happens, that I still love them. I'm proud of them. And I think just looking at the look in everybody's eyes, I kind of felt what was about to go happen.
Second row on the left.
For Mario, kind of like what I asked Carson, prior to 2 years ago when the 12-team playoffs started, this team would not even have gotten a chance to compete for a national championship. What has this been like to your first experience with this bigger playoff, that your team gets that shot at the 11th hour, and now having taken advantage of it and showing people how good this team really is?
I think it's a reflection of how awesome this sport is, how teams have the opportunity to get better as the year goes on, how young players get to develop, veteran players have a chance to become leaders, and all of a sudden you have a different dynamic in the middle of the season and then down the stretch, and it carries you into the playoffs. You can get hot at the right time, and things could be pretty interesting in a hurry. So, football is about settling on the field, right? And when the more we can give teams an opportunity to do that, I think it makes the sport better.